Hello and welcome to my channel, what I call the Grape Jelly Library. My name is Flo, and today we are going to do a book haul. Five books make up this book haul, and the one we are going to kick it off with is Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. This is the story of a little boy who was born to a single parent in southern Appalachia, and they reside in a single wide trailer with very little possessions. Demon's father is deceased, and it is said of the very little that Demon possesses, he does have some assets going for him. Amongst some of the assets are his father's good looks, his father's wit, his father's fierce ability to survive. It is a controlled narrative. I am super excited to find out about Demon. This book was inspired by David Copperfield, written by Charles Dickens. I believe the storylines are set over 170 years apart. Don't need to have read David Copperfield. So get out your papers, get out your pens, make 3 columns, books to possibly read this cozy winter season. And first column, yes. Second column, no. And the third column, maybe so. Which column will this book go in for you? For me, it is going in the yes. The next book I would like to bring to you is a book that I purchased on a recent outing to my local Barnes & Nobles. We had a book signing there by author Shantae James. Well, Dr. Shantae James, I should say. And the interesting thing is she asked how I would like my book signed. Murder is the only option, or murder is one option. Which one do you think I chose? Oftentimes, I would have chose the latter of the two, but I was feeling a little mischievous that day myself, and we went with murder is the only option. So I think that's pretty cool. And this is the story about some college kids who are a little bit mischievous, diabolical, ruthless, revengeful, spiteful. We have a lot going on in this book. Members of the Mill Run University are vying for a position working for a grant that will be a defining moment in their career. Within working towards that goal, we will see behaviors such as secrets being held, secrets being told, lies being spread, and cutthroat antics. Who is telling the truth? Who is lying? And who possesses the ability to kill or possibly kill? I'm getting Clue-like vibes from this one. You know, like Colonel Mustard did it in the library with the candlestick. Should be an interesting read. I will put a link or some sort of reference to Dr. James's other works in my description if you read this book and you like what you read and you would like to explore more of her works. The next book I bring you is The Only Purple House in Town by Anne Aguirre. Iris is a young lady who is messy. She is no good with finances. She does not have her act together. She definitely does not measure up to her sisters. As luck would have it, Iris is the one who inherits her late aunt's house. Iris decides to go on a business venture and turn these rooms into rentals. And within renting these out to the locals, she is collecting souls, all of which are not human. So that should be very interesting. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, we have a young gentleman by the name of Eli Reese, who is broke. He's ambitious, but he is broke. We all know that hard work and persistence pay off, and that is the case for Eli. He is nerdy, and he has never fit in. He never found his people, but he did become extremely wealthy and prosperous. And now we have the two stories that collide. like chocolate and peanut butter. Eli and Iris's paths cross and their stories conjoin to bring us a very fun, interesting read. By the way, full reviews of these books will be given upon completion. The next book I am going to bring you is Behold a Pale Horse by William Cooper. It's a heavy book. That's a heavy sucker. But anyways, apparently in 1988, Bill was a U.S. Naval Intelligence officer, and he has seen a lot of things go on behind the scenes. Things such as the assassination of John F. Kennedy, the war on drugs, the secret government, and UFOs. Standing room only was often the scene for many of his shows, and he often appeared on radio and television throughout his career. Bill has apparently decided to spill the tea and let us in on all those secrets. And the last book that I bring you is The Haunting of Hill House, written by Shirley Jackson. This is said to be the scariest of all the haunted house books ever written. I believe this was adapted into a film twice, once in the 60s and once in the 90s. And I also believe there is or was a broadcast of this. I'm going to have to look into them. That sounds like a pretty fun thing to do in October. Now, I seem to generate towards a haunted house story. I love my houses, haunted and non. After reading an article in which a bunch of psychics gathered in a haunted house and discussed their findings, Shirley found that article and their findings to be rather dull, dry, did not spook her at all. I hear that, Shirley. I hear that. So she decided to write her own. So she set out to find a house that would be perfect to write a story around. And in doing so, she landed upon a house, and of all things, when she asked her mother to help her find out more about the history of this house, it was discovered that her great-great-grandfather, or perhaps great-great-great-grandfather, I'm not sure which one, was actually the architect of that house. Fictional work, but said to be extremely scary. So spooky season is upon us, and we are going to be looking for those spooky reads. So will this make it to your list of books to be read? Side note, I'm told that the scariest character in this book and the scariest setting has to do with the bent neck lady. Have you ever? This book is not for the faint of heart, and the tall, dapper man will induce nightmares. And my all-time favorite crossbone and skeleton warning is this book will make you pee your pants. Doesn't that sound like a jolly good time? When is the last time we read a book that made us pee our pants? Have extra gotchis nearby. And there you have it. 5 books that I have recently purchased on my book haul outing, and I hope some of them make your reading list. Until my next video, know that I love you. Be well, be good, be reading, and may all your book dreams come true.